Welcome to the very first edition of the Exposure Edit. I'm Goldyn P. Smith, founder and editor-in-chief of Xposure Magazine. Each week, I'll be taking you inside stories shaping culture, film, fashion, entertainment, and the conversations surrounding them. Not only what happened this week, but also why it matters and what I'm watching as the week unfolds. I'm so happy that you've decided to join me this Sunday, and I hope you'll join me every Sunday going forward. Let's jump into this week's edition. We have so much to talk about. Our cover story this week takes us to Chicago, where history continues to unfold at the Obama Presidential Center. I was incredibly honored and privileged to receive the invitation from those at the Obama Foundation, and I was there on hand to capture not only the grand opening ceremony, but also opening weekend, capturing the celebrations, the impromptu dance parties, the architecture, the exhibits, and the energy from visitors not only in Chicago, but from around the world. This isn't just a new landmark, it is a place designed to inspire leadership, civic and community engagement for generations to come. Here's our look inside the Obama Presidential Center opening ceremonies and weekend experience. From Atlanta to Chicago for the first time, I could not have been happier to be there for such a historic day, weekend, and event. President Obama, come on, who would not love to be on the ground covering such a historic event and experiencing not only the people of Chicago, the vibes, and just the energy of the day, and celebrating with people from all around the world. Here's a couple of looks into what the day looked like upon arriving and setup. Okay, can we just talk about my favorite moment? President Obama, First Lady Michelle, everyone, speakers, performers, everybody, thank you for such a beautiful day. Stevie Wonder. Seeing Stevie Wonder perform All I Do Live. Top 5 favorite Stevie Wonder songs of mine. When I first heard the first couple of notes, I absolutely lost it. Thank you to anybody and everybody who had a hand in making that decision in him performing that song, because never in my life did I ever think I would be able to get a chance to see Stevie Wonder perform live, and especially not that song. I almost fell to my knees. My favorite. You're getting to be all that. You heard my reaction to those first opening notes, and I know I was there. I know I documented it. I know I was there in a professional capacity, but the professionalism did go out. It left me. It escaped me for about a good 30 seconds and the fan took over. And the crowd was on their feet. And we were so moved and so touched by Mr. Wonder's recalling and recounting of the story of his meeting the Obamas and, his conversations with them and his happiness in being able to be there on that day to celebrate the grand opening at the grand opening ceremony. That is a memory I will cherish for the rest of my life. And yes, thank you to everyone. It was a lot, logistically, it was a lot going on for the day, and it was a great fun-filled day that I will never forget. And so from Thursday, that was the grand opening ceremony. From there, we went into Juneteenth, and which was the first official opening day. President Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama were on hand to greet the first 100 guests. They were able to do the tour and walk in and see all the exhibits and the artwork and home court. We were happy to be on hand to watch President Obama take his first couple of jump shots and all of that on the home court, basketball court that is there at the Presidential Center. There's so much that to see, so much to enjoy, so much to experience. And tickets are sold out right now through November. But breaking news earlier this week and a few days ago, the Obama Foundation has decided to open up more tickets for before the end of the year. So starting July 1st, you will be able to purchase tickets starting in September all the way through January of 2027. So make a plan. You should go. You should experience it. It may take you a while to get through everything, but trust me, you will enjoy it. And as my coverage continues of this historic opening, I'll be sharing more on social media as well as in our upcoming summer issue, where we can dive deeper into the highlights and everything that the opening weekend encompassed. There were events on Saturday. The playground, President Obama, went and celebrated at the playground with kids and parents and all of that. There was artwork, dance parties, face painting, celebrations. A highlight for me also was First Lady Michelle Obama's garden. That is something that we'll dive deeper into and explore more of. And yeah, I just thank you to everyone at the Obama Foundation for making this possible. Thank you so much. Now it's time for this week's feature stories, from film and music to fashion and culture. These are the headlines that had my attention this week and why I think they're worth yours. Let's get into it. Let's talk about the Odyssey and Christopher Nolan's new epic, highly anticipated summer blockbuster. The tickets, can we talk about like the frenzy that this movie has caused? Even with tickets going on sale a year ago and selling out in less than 10 minutes. Every time something comes out, whether it's a popcorn bucket or what have you, there is such a frenzy and it sells out immediately. But there's some controversy that's going on right now as of a couple of days ago. It was announced a couple of days ago that Mr. Nolan has decided and Universal Pictures have decided there will be no advanced screenings for word of mouth. What that means in industry terms is the screenings that will be available after the London premiere on July 6th will only be available to film critics and press and industry people. If you are an influencer, you will not have access to the advanced screening of this particular film. Mr. Nolan has always had the reputation of being a purist for cinema. He wants pure experiences for his audience and wants to give them the best possible product that he can. And this is no exception. He wants everyone to go in and have a great experience, not with preconceived notions or gotcha moments or leaks or things like that, which sometimes some in the influencer community are prone to do. We've seen it with other film releases this year. It is his right, his decision. It's got people talking. It's very controversial. If you're media, you're good. If you are an influencer, for this particular film, you will not be. And that has quite the reaction along the social media streets and everything. And it is what it is. It's their decision. So what do you think about that? And now let's talk about Jay-Z, Sean Carter. 96 and forever. That is the theme and the campaign that is currently ongoing. There's pop-up shows that are going on in New York right now in anticipation and celebration of the 30th anniversary of Reasonable Doubt that came out in 1996, which was Mr. Carter's debut album, all the way to now. And so also there's a series of concerts that are highly anticipated that are upcoming at Yankee Stadium, 3 nights, July 10th, 11th, and 12th. First night is Reasonable Doubt 30. Second night is Blueprint 25. And third night is Extra Innings. And the excitement and anticipation for what those shows will be is at a fever pitch right now. The marketing campaigns, the rollout, everything that has been going on has everybody speculating whether or not Mr. Carter is getting ready to release something new in the format of an album, which I'm sure everyone would love at this point in time. There's also been a new YouTube channel that started that has Jay-Z All the Time Everything, kind of in the same line as Michael Jackson's YouTube channel, and a YouTube station, which we need more of. At this point, we are losing media history, and we're losing music history. There are no more MTV archives, MTV News archives, anything of the sort. So I think it's a great thing that more artists start the trend of, re-releasing a lot of their archive, just so that people will have access to it, and we can all have access to enjoy the past, the present, and the future. Looking forward to more news. Also looking forward to the HBO documentary that was just announced for Jay-Z and Rick Rubin, an 8-part documentary. We'll be covering more of that and talking more about that as time gets closer, and anticipation for everything surrounding Jay-Z. And I'm so excited. And speaking of Michael Jackson, I mean, can we talk about how it is such a joy for the world to be celebrating Michael Jackson as the genius he was and continues to be and is? The original trendsetter, the greatest performer of all time, the greatest entertainer of all time, who, breaking news, just broke another record with this historic biopic. It finally surpassed Oppenheimer earlier today, officially surpassing $970 million at the global box office, and is set to approach the 1 billion mark within the next few weeks. 17 years after losing Michael Jackson, and we are now celebrating again his life, his legacy, and the work that he's done in order to inspire creatives throughout the generations. And it is such a pleasure and an honor to have been a part of the junket for this biopic, and looking forward to the companion follow-up film that is currently being talked about and kicked around at Universal and at Lionsgate. And Mr. Fuqua hopefully will be back in the director's chair. And oh yeah, P.S. release the Fuqua cut. I mean, there was so much that we're seeing now that was cut from the film. And as moonwalkers, because I am a moonwalker, we want it all. We want it all. We want IMAX and movie theaters to re-release the concert tours, like the Bad Tour. Please put that back in the movie theaters. Like, please. There is so much more that we could celebrate of Michael Jackson's work, legacy, and life. And so I'm looking forward to the film continuing to do well. It will cross $1 billion shortly. And yeah, so excited. So stay tuned. We'll continue to keep you updated on all of the historic numbers and box office records and other records that Michael Jackson continues to break 17 years after his passing. Okay, so now to Paris. Louis Vuitton. Gorgeous collection, gorgeous show this week, but did not arrive without controversy. There's been a war of words the last few days between environmental groups, conservation groups, and Louis Vuitton regarding the set design for this week's show. There was a large amount of water that was used to enhance the set design for this week's runway show, and there has been a battle of words and war of words between not only the groups and people that align on the side of the environmentalist, and war of words between those who hold the creativity and the freedom of expression side of Louis Vuitton. Either way, there was a statement released by Louis Vuitton that is posted here for your review. And once the statement was released, the backlash continued to escalate. Which side do you fall on as far as creative use of expression or environmental conservation? Let me know in the comments. I'm Goldyn P. Smith, and this has been my interpretation of the situation. Jump down in the comments and let me know what's on your radar for this week coming up. What should we tackle? What should we cover? What should we discuss? I'm open and looking forward to all of your ideas and suggestions. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Exposure Edit. See you next week.